First question comes from Brandon A, and he says, how does he take his maintenance skills to the next level? And I think that ties really perfectly into what we were just talking about.
Yeah. No, it's when I was really kind of got to a point, after the first year and a half or 2 years into being a tech, like what was, I didn't feel stuck. I just felt like the learning curve was slowing for what I was doing. So for me, it's just having the open mind to, I'm willing to learn anything, and that's especially with something like skill work, that's huge. You have the opportunity to learn whatever you want to learn. So for me, it's just, even if I'm, I work around a piece of equipment and maybe I'm handling more of the mechanical side of it, I might pull one of the electricians to the side and say, hey man, how does this work? Like, what is the, what is the PLC logic for this? How does it translate? How does it go from step 1, 2, 3, 4? And that's how I do it. My short answer would be just to be willing to further your career, maybe in ways that you weren't expecting to originally. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'll be working on a project and, I'm going to install the gearbox and put the motor in, and all of a sudden they have me, I'm doing everything else. So it's like, for me, it's just kind of, I'm open to learn everything, really.
Do you feel like when you reach out to people like that, when you're like, hey, will you show me how this, your example was a PLC and ladder logic. When you reach out to guys, are they usually like, yeah, I'd love to, or are people a little more standoffish with you in those moments?
It's funny you ask that, because when I first got into the trade, I was in ways told to be intimidated. It felt like, hey man, sometimes when you ask us for help, ask some of the guys, they're not really going to be so willing to lend that hand. And one thing that a lot of the older guys threw at me was, oh, it's their job security, which I heard a lot. And honestly, man, for my example, I'd say I've probably asked 25 different techs or electricians for, to help me understand something. And I haven't been shunned away once. Every time I've ever asked, they've always said, yeah, I'll show you. Give me a minute, or yeah, help me finish this and I'll come show you that. It kind of goes hand in hand. I've never had any trouble.